Hello, I'm Elif and this is a recap for episode 46 of the series One Love, 24 hours after Turkey and before dubbed for TV. Pembe, surprised by Doa's words, says, "This is the battlefield, and let's see who comes out victorious." Doa replies, "We'll see soon," and goes to her room. Fatih follows Doa and says, "Did you marry me for this? I told you to endure for a while." Doa responds, "Your mother was the only obstacle between us, and I removed her from the way. From now on, I only think about myself. From now on, your priority should also be your own family. You should also do something for us." Fatih goes to his mother's room, and Pembe reproaches him for the dagger stabbed in his back. Fatih says, "I love Doa. She gave me a chance, and I took advantage of it." Pembe laughs and says, "She didn't give you a chance, she wanted something in return. She's playing games with you. When she leaves you and takes the child and goes away, don't come crying to me." Nusama tells Doa, "Mustafa is my only concern. When he's upset, it breaks my nerves. If Mustafa is hurt by these incidents, I'll hurt you too." Doa retorts, "How long are you going to sit in that room and follow their orders? Aren't you tired? Everyone else is living the life they want, only you remain stuck. Because they can only force you. If you want to continue this life, you know it yourself." Nilay ponders but cannot respond. Omer decides to expand the family business and discusses his thoughts with Abdullah, saying that these changes are necessary for their sustainability and to have something to say in the future. However, Abdullah disagrees, saying they will continue with their current approach. Omer says, "It seems you only believe in change in personal matters," and leaves the room in frustration. Doa, to prove she is the mistress of the house and can do whatever she wants, invites Olev for coffee first, and Pembe curses them upon seeing them. She decides to bring trouble to Olev and asks for help from Zolkar and Nilay, planning with them. She shares her plan with Ruzgar that night, and Ruzgar, excited, says he will do whatever is necessary. Omer discusses Abdullah's opposition to making changes in their business with Fatih and Mustafa, saying if they agree with his idea, they will proceed without the approval of their brother. Fatih and Mustafa agree. Doa goes to her mother's house and informs her and Sanams that she has remarried Fatih. Kızılcık and Sanams are shocked, and Doa says, "I wanted it myself. We don't have any more tears and complaints. From now on, in that house, what I want will happen." She invites her mother and grandmother to dinner at the mansion and asks her mother to come with Ertuğrul. Mary and Metehan go out, and when the topic of veiled girls comes up, Metehan says they all look the same to her. Then recounts how her mother was harassed at school for wearing a veil and now prefers her daughter not to wear it. Mary becomes upset. At night, Ertuğrul and Mary get ready to go to the Ozal's house. Seeing Mary's new extravagant appearance, Ertuğrul leaves her at home and doesn't allow her to attend the party in that way. During dinner at the Ozal mansion, when it's time to serve dinner, Fatih asks Doa to go to his mother's room and ask her to come to the table, but Doa refuses to do so, saying to Fatih, "If you ignore the injustice done to me, go to your mother." Fatih looks at Doa with disappointment. Omer, who hasn't been enjoying the atmosphere and drinking for a few nights, returns to the club. There, he notices a beautiful woman. Shortly afterward, the woman approaches Omer and dances with him. They end up going to a hotel together and spend the night. An hour later, when Omer returns to the room after taking a shower, he finds that the woman is no longer in bed, and he is puzzled. During dinner, everyone is present at the table when Pembe enters. She sits in Abdullah's place and gives orders, directing everyone, and makes it clear to everyone that she is still in charge of the household. Pembe refers to Kızılcık and Ertuğrul's relationship, saying, "Mashallah, you both are acting so conservatively. Hopefully, you'll settle down soon." She then mentions Ertuğrul and Nusama's acquaintance, and everyone, including Nusama, takes note of Pembe's sarcastic tone. Kızılcık recalls Ertuğrul talking about a woman he was interested in but later found out she was married. That night, when Metehan returns home, she finds Mary standing at the door, distressed. Mary tells her that she had an argument with her father and has nowhere to go. Shortly after, Omer arrives and informs Ertuğrul that Mary is with him. Ertuğrul is shocked. He follows Mary and scolds her on their way back. The next day, Omer thinks about the moments he spent with the beautiful woman last night at the company, but he doesn't know her name or have any clue about her whereabouts. On the opening day of Omid and Nusama's store, the delivery man comes to Omid with 2 packages of food, sent by Mrs. Panbeh to distribute at the event. He intentionally drops the packages on the ground, and while Olev and Omid are busy picking them up, he takes Olev's phone and hands it to a hacker. Now they can send messages to Panbeh from Olev's phone and contact her. An hour later, the delivery man and Panbeh are busy implementing their plan. It's Panbeh and Abdullah's court day, but as everyone expected, Panbeh doesn't show up in court. Olev goes looking for Abdullah, and they spend the whole day wandering around and shopping. The opening ceremony of Omid's store takes place, and everyone enjoys the hustle and bustle of the first day. Omid and Nusama are delighted. Omid's boss also deposits a large sum as a gift into his account. Ertuğrul goes to Kızılcık's house, and when they are alone, he talks to her about the recent events involving Mary. Kızılcık is taken aback and suggests that Ertuğrul talk to Mary. After Ertuğrul, she asks if the woman he mentioned before was Nusama. Ertuğrul hesitates and says, no, it wasn't her. That night, Omid takes Nusama to a fancy restaurant and tells her about the high sales figure on the first day and continues. I think we've taken the right step. They pay off all their loans the next day and then go shopping, enjoying their success. Panbeh, accompanied by Rüzgar, goes to the police station where the chief is an acquaintance of Rüzgar's, and complains about Olev. Through the intermediary of Zolka, she informs Abdullah that the 40-day mourning ceremony for little Abdullah will be held to bring him home. Olev is very upset about her mother's behavior and distance from her. Abdullah goes to see Sonmez and immediately tells her, Olev is not at fault. I went to see her. All of this is my fault. Olev doesn't deserve this treatment from you. Sonmez, who is very angry, says she had warned him before not to play with her daughter's life. Abdullah says, you can't handle Olev's audacity. She only stood up for what she felt. Unable to tolerate Abdullah's words, Sonmez politely asks him to leave. The police go to Olev's workplace and arrest her. Abdullah goes home to participate in his grandson's mourning ceremony. Panbeh tells him, is that woman going to come again and ruin the ceremony, and uses this excuse to ask Abdullah to turn off his phone. At the police station, they charge Olev and say that evidence of all her threatening calls and messages is available. Olev is shocked and denies doing anything of the sort. Olev is detained. She tries to call Abdullah, but his phone is turned off. Omer goes to a business meeting with the construction company for a new project, and when he sees a woman who had spent a few nights with him before, but with a different appearance, he is taken aback. Panbeh goes to the detention center to see Olev and says, Abdullah Khan couldn't come. He sent me. Olev is shocked. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode.